Salutations, friends. It's your pal, said Stevie. And today I am talking about the Protech Mordax, one of my all time favorite knives. A knife that I have bought several times previously before ending up with this one specifically. The first knife that I ever spent more than $200 on. I believe when these dropped originally, they were like 250 or 260. This is a Ferrum Forge design. You know, I love me some Ferrum Forge. This was a mass drop, uh, which became drop. I believe the original one that I got said mass drop on it, and it was a green one. It was a forest green. And then later on, when they did another run and I could get a black one, I did. And then I sold off the forest green. But plunge lock, button lock, as they are better known as. You can see all the wear and tear from all the pocket time that this thing has had over the couple of years that I've had it. Ergos wise, I absolutely love it. You got that signature Ferrum Forge forward finger chole, as my homie Edgy Merkin would call it. No jimping here. I would love to have this knife have some jimping, and I keep saying one day I'll have someone add that, or maybe I'll do it myself. But just everything about this knife is great. It is a little bit light on the detent. If I want to fail it, I can, but I have to try to fail it. And in everyday use, I don't fail it. It's never. I have to try to fail it if I'm fidgeting with it. Out of the box, I had a little bit of problems with it. This one, when I knew I was going to keep this one, that's when, geez, on my lunch break. People don't know that. But it had a little bit of blade play, and it had a lot of button stick. But I took it apart. I think I ran some 1000 grit sandpaper around it, oiled the spring, I think, and then I did drop some skiffs in here, which I believe are 3/16 13 ball. In doing all that, it took out the blade play, and after, I don't know, a couple of more fidgets with it, the button stick completely left and it's never returned. And this has never developed any sort of blade play whatsoever since I've had it. And although this is not hard used anymore, it still gets a lot of pocket time, and I still do carry it a fair amount. And it's held up really, really well. If I didn't mention, this has a fuck around and you will find out mirror edge on this from John over at Knife Nerd Reviews. He put a nice edge on this, and I've maintained it by stropping it a couple of times in the past just to maintain it. But yeah, definitely one of my most sharp knives. Uh, for those of you that don't know, the Mordax is actually based on the, I believe, 2015 or 2016 in-house design from Ferrum Forge, the OG Mordax. A little bit different. This is a titanium frame lock with Bowler N690. A little bit different blade. It's got that Hoback rolling detent, so you can adjust the detent strength to your liking. Fabulous knife in itself, flipper only. While in between my original Mordax button lock and getting this one, that's when I discovered these and or the original one on the secondary and had to swoop on it. I don't carry this knife at all. It's more of just a collection piece, part of my Ferrum Forge collection piece, but a fabulous knife in its own right. And again, the base of design for what became this one. So these are long since extinct. Mass Drop didn't do a third run on these, and if you wanted one, you had to get them on the secondary. And I've seen them go for like $400. Ridiculous prices. And they came in all sorts of different flavors. Again, different handle colors: green, blue, black. I think a silver or like a flat gray. Different milling patterns as well. The milled ones, in my opinion, sucked. They weren't comfortable at all. I had one, and I sold that one as well. This is the third Mordax that I had. I had got one of the blue milled ones to see if I liked it, and I did it, and I ended up selling it. This is the one that I settled with. But about a year or so ago, I think at SHOT Show or something, they announced that they were bringing it back, and they were making a big upgrade to the steel, or an upgrade to the steel, and that's what this one is. This is the new edition, which is in MagnaCut. That's right, everybody's new favorite steel, MagnaCut. And yeah, I got this one from the folks over at Blade Ops. They sold out extremely quick on their drop. They've been selling out extremely quick every time they're released. But I was able to snag one from Blade Ops, so shout out to those guys. They're $240. I think that when this was released, it was either 250 or 260 if I didn't recommend, or if I didn't say that already. So it seems like they were able to at least maintain the price point on that even 3 years later, which is awesome. And what I guess is an upgraded steel from 20 CV to MagnaCut. And there's also some other very subtle difference. I actually, to check things out, I busted out the calipers on this one. I'm not going to go into the actual details on it, but you got a little on the newer one. You get a little bit slimmer blade stock. It's a little bit thinner behind the edge for sure. The primary grind is a little bit taller on the new one, as opposed to, I mean, again, very subtle, very subtle. For the most part, though, as far as the handle construction and everything goes, everything is the same. You got a overall length of 8.25, blade length of 3.5, which I think ends up being like a 3.25 cutting edge because of the chole, and like a just slightly over 4 inch handle. Very ergonomically friendly, as I as I stated previously. They also did something that I really like, and it doesn't have to do with the performance, but they went from satin hardware to blasted hardware. So you can see that on the stop pin and pivot screws and the button. They're blasted to kind of match the blade. And you see that on the pocket clip and body screw as well. This one originally had a black blade, or black pocket clip, just like this one. However, I had emailed Protech and they sent me one for like $5. So I don't know if that's still a thing. You can always reach out to them if you want to. But and as far as pocket clips goes, it's just a steel pocket clip. One of the best clips in my opinion. It's deep carry. You do end up getting a little bit that sticks out of your pocket, but these clips are amazing. I actually got a bunch of them and have them on a couple of different models or knives. A couple of my other Ferrum Forges because it fits the same two-hole pattern there. Recessed into the scale, the aluminum scale, so it goes in and out of pocket just fine. No problems with the carryability of this at all. But again, very subtle differences in the blade outside of the actual blade steel itself. So I picked this up to see if there was enough here for me to want to 86 the original. And truth be told, no, there's not. If I didn't own a Mordax, I'd keep this bad boy all day, no problem. But this is Old Faithful to me, And as much as I'd like to have the blasted hardware, I think it would be nice to have MagnaCut on there. It's a little bit slicier. Um, you know, I don't want to retire Old Faithful, and I don't need two of these. There's no need for me to have two Mordax. And so this is actually it's sold already. I'm just filming some quick content on it here, and then today I'm bringing it to the post office and um, sending it out. So I already got the money. It's already bought and paid for, and it's not even mine anymore. So that being said, do I recommend the Prodax Mortec, the Protech Mordax? Absolutely, all day, bruh. I highly, highly recommend picking this bad boy up. I didn't mention, but it's got a lanyard spot if you want to put a doodad on it. Um, it's a fabulous, fabulous knife. I think, again, king of the button locks. Uh, the Malibu is great. It's kind of the little brother of the Mordax. The Solaris and the Scorpio from Orion Knives are fabulous button locks. Different experience. I mean, totally different price points. I know that Civivi's got a couple of good button locks. The Wii Mini Malice, which is also a Ferrum Forge design, that's a fabulous button lock in itself. I know a lot of people say I think what is it, the Kaiser Baglighter XL is a fabulous button lock. Lots of good button locks out there, and I've handled a lot of them. In my opinion, though, Mordax is king. I think that this is the best version of a button lock out there. Just at least on par with everything else. The way the button is recessed in there, that little cutout, it sits flush. It's easy to actuate. This one, like I said, didn't come with any stick whatsoever. So, and no blade play. So maybe, again, they figured out their tolerances a little bit better on this, or they've just improved their machining capabilities. But everything about this knife is absolutely fabulous. And for 240 bucks, considering what's out there for 240 bucks and in this price point, if you can catch one of these, go for it. I'd say it doesn't even matter what color you get. Again, the milled patterns I don't like them. I think they look cool, but functionally, I think that they're uncomfortable in the hand. So take that into consideration. I don't know what other variants they're going to come out with. I know that they've had a blue one as of recent. I think they had a special edition one at from one of the knife shows. They had a different button, like a green button on it, and then some Roman numerals or something on there. And I've already seen a milled pattern. I don't remember, but I would say for sure if you're looking for something U.S. made, by the way, if you didn't already know, I didn't mention that, but it's Protech, and it says Protech USA on it. Um, with a really good steel, fabulous construction, 240 bucks. That's it right there. It does come in the standard Protech box here. Slide over, flip to open. Comes with a little felt pouch, and then all their warranty, use and care, and all that. Good packaging from Protech as always. But yeah, man, nothing but good things to say about the Mordax. Like I said, it's Old Faithful. I carry this knife a lot. Gets a lot of use. It's very practical for me. It's a great blade shape. Everything about it is great. Not so much this one on the carrying. Like I said, it's more of a showpiece. I'm busted out for the Instagram pics every once in a while. But yeah, Ferrum Forge did a fabulous job with the design and carried it forward with Protech here. And Protech, they speak for themselves in their capabilities on what they're able to produce. So Hope to see this as a regular production item for them. Get this into as many hands as possible. So there we have it, folks. A tale of the Mordax, I suppose, as it were. But yes, despite me not keeping the MagnaCut version, the new one, still a fabulous knife. Got nothing bad to say about it at all. Um, yeah, that's all I got, folks. Let me know what you think. Appreciate y'all tuning in. You can subscribe right there if you haven't done so already. And then you can like that video if you haven't done so. And don't forget to give this video a like as well. And until the next one, I bid you mofos adeuces.